Hey there, me again. Today's video is about a spring break trip Kristina and I took to New Orleans. Our trip started out driving through some pretty dreary weather, and it stayed that way until we got to our first stop, Little Rock, Arkansas. There, our Airbnb hosts left us with some nicely folded towels, complimentary chocolates, and their very unsure kitty. We got dinner there, stayed the night, and left when the kitty grew tired of us and threatened to call security. The next morning, we were back on the road. The weather stayed gray and depressing pretty much until we got to New Orleans. This was the second time we'd been to New Orleans, so Kristina and I already knew where we wanted to have our first breakfast, the Court of Two Sisters. While we ate and enjoyed some live music, I loaded up some Portra 160VC into the Yashica Mat. Then we explored a little. These photos of the horse-drawn carriages outside of Café du Monde highlight Jackson Square pretty well, I'd say. After hanging around in Jackson Square, we got dinner at a Spanish restaurant called Lola's that we'd been to last time we were here. Then we went out to listen to some live music on Frenchman Street. We also got some bonus entertainment from some guys balancing cups on their heads. Or not balancing. Either way, it was a duel for the ages. The next morning, I took the Yashica Mat out to see what I could find in our Airbnb's neighborhood. These shots of the horse track are my favorite from my walk. I wish it was easier to get close to the track, though. Once Kristina was up, it was time to get coffee, and the Morning Call coffee stand had us covered. This photo is one of my favorites from the entire trip. The uniforms they wear here don't look like they've changed since the 60s, so I was happy to get a worker in the foreground, with the main focal point being that beautiful sign they have. This photo looks like it was taken 50 or 60 years ago, which I love. Just outside was the trolley, which I thought looked very timeless as well. Later, we got lunch and explored the neighborhood that was home to our lunch spot and Lola's, which we had the night before. I don't think my photos here were very good, but sometimes you've got to get the bad photos out of the way so that you can make ones that are even worse. I mean better. They totally get better. Was that convincing enough? After that, we mentally prepared for a trip down Bourbon Street.
Regrets. We got Javier for 2 Snicker bars and 4 packs of cigarettes.
This big band was amazing. These ladies will tell you. Get it, girls. Even the bouncers were neglecting their post to get their groove on. After listening to enough jazz and funk to give us an out-of-body experience, I thought, what better time than now to do some night photography? So I grabbed my Bronica S2A, loaded it with Pro 400H, and vanished into the night. I had a spot in mind that I saw last year when we were here, and it was about time I capture it on some celluloid. The place I was thinking of was Buffa's Lounge. This place is so cool. I love that lit up sign, and the pill-shaped windows make it look like something out of Mos Eisley in Star Wars. I took this shot with a light trail, but I thought I should get one without too. I like the one without better. You get the colorful reflections on the ground, and it looks much cleaner and less busy overall. I also stopped by the Gazebo Cafe to get a more empty and desolate look at a normally popular spot in the French Quarter. The next morning, it was time for more coffee, and I popped off a couple frames along the way. Then we visited the sculpture garden at the New Orleans Museum of Art. There was so much cool and inspiring work here. I don't know about you, but I want to know what these guys were arguing about. This really captures how I feel when I stub my toe. Later in the afternoon, we explored the Garden District, and I took a few more pics. I particularly like the Chicory House shot. That muted green looks so nice on Portra 160VC. When the harsh midday light went away, it was time for some proper street photography in the French Quarter. This was probably my favorite street scene from this shoot. This trio was absolutely killing it. I loved the "This machine kills fascists" on the piano. It gives some story and personality to the shot. I also got a portrait of the guitar player with my 50mm lens. The feathered hat, sandals, and shiny chrome guitar is such a cool look. I also had to take a few shots of one of the riverboats that are definitely a signature of the city. We had a great time in the French Quarter, but we wanted to hear some more music, so we moseyed on over to the neighborhood that's home to Frenchmen Street. And I took some more photos here too. This musician taking a quick nap in the sun is so relatable. This was our last stop in New Orleans before heading home, and it's such a cool area bursting with creativity. That was it for the Fuji C200, so I switched to Kodak Gold. Our favorite club on Frenchmen Street is the Spotted Cat. How cool is it that I photographed the spotted cat with dogs outside? I really like the matching hats here. You came up with it. If you have, I beat it. Got anything to say to the people?
If you're gonna plan on driving in New Orleans, don't. Because the way that they made the roads, the road design is not it.
Our time had come to head home, and our stop along the way was Memphis. Our Airbnb in Memphis was the owner's mom's art studio, and her amazing paintings were all over the walls. So I competed with that by taking a picture of the toilet. Not bad. Take that, Jason. It really was cool to take photos here and see all the amazing paintings, even if it did make my work feel a little insignificant. Oh well, what can you do? I decided to end the trip with a couple of medium format shots. This one was taken in Memphis, and the next one was taken somewhere in Missouri. That one makes me feel better about myself. Well, that's it for New Orleans Round 2. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll see you next time. Bye now.